Miss Yeti is the blind horse that was rescued off the slaughter truck. And when she came in, she initially had some nasal discharge, upper respiratory signs, and a low-grade fever. So she was immediately sent to isolation just for that way, if it was anything contagious, to keep spread down. So because of that, she's now gotten out of quarantine, and she's never progressed anything majorly, no issues that way. We had not, her eyes had always concerned me when she came in because her third eyelids were a little lumpy, bumpy. They weren't nice and smooth like they normally would be. She always had a little drainage out of both of them. Made me very suspicious that it might be the start of cancerized squamous cell carcinoma. So now that she has made it through quarantine, no issues whatsoever, we actually, beautiful day today, we laid her down where I could get some samples off of both third eyelids to send to the lab, see if it shows up as cancerous type cells, because that will be a more poor prognosis for her if it is, but it's better to know now than to let it keep advancing that way. So. There is a reason why they've been there, is because horse anesthesia, even though when done properly, they can be unpredictable. Sometimes the horses will give you some notice by a little bit of movement, changes in breathing, and others literally will just roll up. So Yeti, especially a huge draft horse, you know, and again, where they're at, they're not hurting the horse. It's a safety measure. That way, if they start sensing movement, I can resedate if we need to. If they're right there at the neck, if you keep that neck down, you got those minute to get the extra drugs and resedate, and everybody's good. So it's a safety feature, doesn't hurt the horse. Impression wise, just looking at it and not understanding, you know, that part, I could see how people would be concerned, but please rest assured that at no time are the horses in danger. They're sedated, and again, it's a safety measure. If we need to resedate, we don't have them just flipping up, you know, like they can hurt themselves that way, especially Yeti, as big as Yeti is, you know, Yeti's unsteady. Again, under sedation, if they wake up like that, you're unpredictable. So again, safety for everybody involved, human and animal on that. By submitting it, sometimes you can miss some of the cells. So when you send it in and there's no cancer, it just means it's not in that particular spot. So, you know, we could miss it because we've talked about that when I've called the lab about a few other cases, you know, just means there was none in that sample. If there's cancer cells in the samples we send, it's 100% she has cancer. So that's why I'm just hedging bets while we have her take one off both sides, so. Melanoma right here. So you can see, you can feel it. It's feels like a little pebble under the skin right there, underneath the mucosal. So I want to go feel on her other side of her teeth line.
Is that also a clear sign of cancer?
Melanoma is a different type of cancer, but it is cancer, so yeah. When I sedated her, I did give her some pain medication at that time, and I will also give her some as a follow-up, even though we just took a little small sample. Now with her, yeah, I did not try to do her standing with a nerve block just because she's so tall and huge. It was just, again, overall easier to risk laying her down to get what I needed to than try to do her standing, so. I would be straighten that so y'all can try to put this there. So she done well. She got up. It's always a little more risky when you lay down a draft horse because they're more sensitive anesthesia. She does have a little bit of a heart murmur, and they're so huge. You really can't help them. They literally go where they want to go. So with her, she was a little not horrible, but a little challenging when she laid down just because of trying to control her to keep her without hurting her. She did barely hit her lip with her tooth, so I stitched that up while we had her down. But other than that, she done well. She got up very smoothly compared to how she laid down. So we've got her in the stall now, letting her wake up before she goes back out to pasture with her buddies.